Okay, cool. So I'm going to start today with like a really brief introduction on what we're going to focus on in terms of the anatomy of your body. So you can see here my my friend. It's very lonely, isn't it? My friend, Mr. Bones. So we're going to be focusing on a concept called spinal articulation. Now, spinal articulation is basically just like a fancy way of describing how your spine likes to move, and in particular, the wave-like movement that your spine is capable of in kind of an ideal scenario. So this wave-like motion or articulation of the spine, when I first basically was introduced to it, I thought about it in terms of the domino effect, and I think that that's kind of a useful way of thinking about it for yourself. So in terms of the domino effect, you could think of whatever happens down here is going to have a ripple effect all the way up to the top of the spine. So the vertebra from the bottom all the way to the top are capable of moving independently, but they also move together as one. Okay, so if that just kind of went whoops, don't worry. It's just a brief introduction, so you're not going to be tested on it, obviously. But I'm going to roll Mr. Bones out of the screen now. And we're going to start today in standing, unfortunately. So just coming up into standing. Cool. So coming up into standing, I'm just going to bring my feet parallel hip width distance, and I'm going to turn myself to the side so you can see my profile of my spine. Okay, you can keep facing dead straight. So as you find your standing position, bring your feet parallel hip width distance. So parallel hip width distance, you want to make sure that you're not going too wide with your stance. Okay, so bam, nice and equal. Relax your shoulders back and down, and just close your eyes for a second. And as you close your eyes, I just want you to feel your contact points with your feet on the floor. Okay, I always like to start with this just because obviously this is your foundation. When you feel your feet on the ground beneath you, you want to feel the heels, you want to feel the pinky toe edges, and you want to feel the big toe edges as well. So almost like a tripod. Okay, so try and find equal weight into your tripods, into your foundations. Well done. So that stable base is going to help us as we find that articulation movement through our spine. So from here, we're going to relax the hands alongside our body. Just make sure you're not holding any tension in the fingers. Let's start to just do a little side to side wiggly movement through the body. And don't worry, I'm the only one that's being recorded. So you don't have to worry about looking funny, okay? So just little wiggle from side to side. And then relax again. Okay. I'm going to turn to the side again. From here, we're going to nod our chin down towards our chest and then bring our head back up again. And then again, nod your chin down towards your chest and bring your head back up again. We're going to do this about 5 or 6 more times. What you want to feel as you do this is as you take your chin down towards your chest, you notice that the back of your neck lengthens. Yeah. Going for 4 more, tucking the chin towards the chest, you're actually stretching and decreasing that compression between each vertebra. You're opening up the spaces between each vertebra, lengthening the spine. Let's take that a little bit further now. So we're going to nod our chin down towards our chest. Keep your legs relatively straight as you start to round into your upper back, just your upper back. So don't go into a full-on roll over just to roll down just yet. Just the upper back, kind of like a marionette that's just had its strings cut. And then you're going to bring yourself all the way back up into full standing. Let's go again. So chin towards the chest, feel the back of your neck lengthen. Keep that chin tucked down. It's almost like you're folding in on yourself like a Swiss roll. Most of my analogies are food-based. And you're going to come into a little bit of a rounding through the upper back. Good. And then bring yourself back up. So you can start to see, as we keep on doing this, that we're introducing a little bit of that articulation, a little bit of a domino effect from the top down. Let's go for one more. And just hang forward in this little mini teeny tiny forward fold, and you might even start to feel a significant stretch along your spine. That's pretty normal. Now soft bend into your knees, so just let your knees soften, just a smattering, and then you're going to continue that folding in on yourself. So it's almost like your rib cage is going to pierce through the front of your body as you start to roll forward. Okay, you might not get crazy far. You should probably start to feel an increased stretch in your spine. Now keep the tuck of the chin towards the chest. Good. Think about the crown of your head getting heavy towards the floor. Let your hands be heavy, your shoulders be heavy, and keep that tripod base in your feet, so don't roll onto the pinky toe edges of your feet. And then you're going to bring yourself back up. Just 2 more like that. So we're going to first nod the chin towards the chest, feel the back of the neck lengthen. Keep on folding yourself in like a little Swiss roll, like a little centipede, coming into that rounding of the upper back, bending gently into the knees. You might be able to round a little bit more. And then if you start to bend a little bit more into your knees and send your bum back, you might be able to roll down even further, and you may find that your hands can reach the floor. Okay, I don't mind if you really bend your knees here. Good. Now, as you get to the bottom, just make sure that you haven't poked your chin forward. Let your head relax, tuck your chin towards the chest. Find the tripod in your feet. Inhale here into the back line of your body. And think about pushing down into the floor through your feet to roll yourself back up. Good. And then stand up super tall again. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. As you exhale, nod the chin down towards your chest. Feel the back of your neck lengthen. Start to round into your upper back, literally folding in on yourself. Slowly take yourself as far as possible before you need to bend your knees. Okay, some of you might be able to actually roll so far forward with the legs straight because your hamstrings are nice and loose. That's always a bonus. Inhale at the bottom. Keep your chin tucked towards your chest. Exhale, press down into the floor and slowly start to restack through the spine. Now let's add a little piece in here. As you straighten out your spine, reach the arms up. I like to interlace my thumbs here and stretch up. But make sure you don't back bend into this. Think about reaching up. Open your arms wide. Nod your chin down towards your chest, consciously lengthening through the back of your neck. Round into the upper back. Feel the stretch along your spine. Round into the mid back, round into the lower back, slowly coming down into your forward fold. Inhale at the bottom, relax your shoulders, your cheeks, your jaw. Exhale, press down into the floor, roll yourself back up. Let's go for 1 more. Inhale, reach the arms up. I like to interlace my thumbs and use that little bit of traction, that connection between my thumbs to almost pull my arms apart and reach higher. And then circle through the arms if you've got the space. Nod the chin towards the chest, lengthen the back of the neck, round into the upper back. Feel the stretch in the spine. Round into the mid back, round into the lower back, slowly coming forward. Nice. Feel the tripod in your feet, so make sure you haven't lost that. And then exhale, press down into the floor, roll yourself all the way up, and relax the shoulders. Great job. Very nice. You can shake out those legs. Now I'm going to turn myself again so that you can see me straight on. We're still in a parallel hip width distance. I want you to imagine that from here down, from your waist down, you've literally just been cemented into space. Okay, so I don't want any hula hoop hips. But you're going to take your left arm and slide it as far down your left leg as possible until you're literally in the deepest side bend you can get yourself into without changing your legs. Good. Breathe into that right side, breathe into your right hip, and push your right foot into the floor. So try and take a little bit more weight into your right foot again. Good. That's going to increase the feeling of stretch. And then take your left arm, reach it over to the left, and almost as if you're scooping up the air, lengthen up through the spine, and we're going to side bend in the opposite direction. Good. Very nice. Feel the weight distribution change in the feet, but try and keep it relatively equal. And then bring yourself back up and take the arm down. over to the other side. So this is right arm coming down. Good. Side bend as deep as you can, but take a little bit more weight into that left foot. Good. Reach the right arm out. Reach, 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 reach. Stretch, stretch, stretch for the wall alongside you. Lengthen up. Get taller. Press down into your tripods and side bend. Beautiful. Very nice. And then slowly bring it back. Let's take it over to the left again, coming down. Nice. And reach out to the side. Reach, 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 reach. Up, 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 up. Lengthen, 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 lengthen. Side bend, side bend. Both weights, both feet have equal weight ideally. And bring it back. Good. And to the right, take it down, 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 down. Reach, reach, reach. Good. Correction. Up, 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 up. Yeah, exactly. You reach it. Up, up, up. Up, side bend. Good. And then bring it back. Bring it back. Let's go for one more time, just for good measure. This is going to be my left arm, sliding down left leg. And then the left arm does all the fancy bits. So you're going to reach out to the left. Reach, 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 reach. Up, 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 up. Same arm, still reaching, just coming over to the right. And then even out the weight distribution in your feet. Take a big deep breath in, reach a little bit further, and then use your side body muscles to bring yourself back. Good. Last time on the right. Slide it down, slide it down, slide it down, slide it down. Reach, 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 reach. Up, 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 up. Good. Side bend, side bend. Reach a little deeper. Even out the weight in your feet. Good. Bring it back. Use your obliques and take it down. Very nice. So obviously, spine can side bend. We've done the forward flexion. We've done the side flexion. Last little movement that we're going to do is rotation. So from here, take your feet a little bit wider. So quite a lot wider than hip width distance. Okay. And you're going to take your right hand in front of your body, left hand behind your back. Okay, and you're going to start to move your arms kind of like a helicopter around you until your hands swap position. Good, and rotate, swap. Good, rotate, swap. So as you move, you might start to notice you can add in a little bit of a kind of a look to the side that you're moving to. So if I move my arms over to the left, I look to the left. Move my arms over to the right, look to the right. So you're rotating through your body, through your upper body like a corkscrew as your arms move. Go for 5. Keep your pelvis pointing forward. 4. Good. 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. Good job. I'm going to move myself a little bit further forward. Now we're going to make that a little bit more dramatic, okay? So you're going to take your left arm over and across your body, right arm behind your back, and then you're going to pivot on your right foot, pivot on your left foot, and you find a little bit of a lunge. Exactly. Beautiful. Perfect. Perfect. Then you're going to reach your left arm out to the side, pivot, 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 go to the other side. Exactly. Good. And let's reach, 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 pivot. Very nice. Reach, 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 pivot. Let's go for 10. May as well warm up your legs while we're at it, right? And 9. Good. And 8. As you start to feel more confident, you get a little bit deeper into the legs. 7. 6. Beautiful. 5. Your feet are perfect. Well done. 4. Good. 3. Good. 2. And 1. Coming back to center. Perfect. Now, last little bit of work in standing, kind of conceptual, but here we're going to really discover the articulations of the spine. Okay? Bring your feet back to parallel hip width distance. And I want you to imagine that your nose was pushing a little toy car down and up a roller coaster. okay? So you're going to take your nose and again nod your chin down towards your chest. You're not coming into a full forward fold though. Start to push that imaginary toy car forward and back up the hill. So you're pushing your little imaginary toy roller coaster car down the roller coaster. You're pushing your little imaginary toy car up the roller coaster. And start to feel as you move your top, allow your lower body and your pelvis to follow. Good. Very nice. It's nose, chin, chest, tummy, pelvis moving forward. You're perfect. Now let your arms and your shoulder blades start to move as well. So as you come forward, as you push that toy car down the hill, let your shoulder blades wrap forward. As you push that toy car up the hill, let your shoulder blades squeeze together. Good. Going for about 7 of these. And up. Yes, and 6. These are called spinal waves. And up. And 4. And lift. Good. Make sure that you're not just moving through the lower back. You're moving the mid back. You're moving the upper back. Find all the segments from bottom to top, from top to bottom. Last time. And bring it back to center. Very nice. Good job. Great job. Okay. All the fun and games are over. We're going to lie down on our back now and try and, I guess, feel these wave-like movements that we've done lying on our back. Okay? Okay, cool. So once you're down, we're just going to be in kind of a normal parallel feet position, hands relaxed alongside our body. Neutral spine to begin with. Okay? Relax the shoulders and you should feel the back of your head on the mat. Tucking the chin gently towards the chest. Let's start to inhale and arch into our lower back. And exhale round into the lower back. So we start this little movement, the spinal articulation, in the lower back area. Now, as you move your lower back from arched to tucked position, can you feel the back of your skull move up and down your mat as well? Start to feel that continuation. Yes, I'm moving my pelvis, but I can feel the rest of my spine respond to that. Last 4 tucks and arches. And 3. And 2. And the next time you tuck and round into your lower back, can you pick your pelvis up into your first bridge of the day? I'm assuming, unless you're an early morning bridger. Alright, so once you're at the top of your bridge, all 10 toes stay on the mat. Try and relax into the shoulders a little bit there for me. Inhale. And domino effect your way down. So the domino effect relies upon your ability to actually relax. You can't find segmental movements or articulation when your muscles are contracting. Okay, so inhaling at the bottom. You exhale, tuck, you contract through the back muscles to lift yourself up. And then it's a sequential relaxation of the back line of your body as you lower yourself down one vertebra at a time. That looks really good. Very nice. Inhaling at the bottom. Exhaling to tuck. Pick it up. Beautiful. Just make sure that your feet are actually parallel hip width distance. See if you can get them a little bit narrower if possible. The feet width apart. Good. And then slowly take it down. Very nice. That's good. So we're going to go for 4 more articulations like this. So you've got the idea of the domino effect. That's perfect. So for the next 4, I want you to not just think domino effect, but I want you to think about the space between your dominoes, between your vertebra, increasing as you lower your spine down. So you actually want to think, okay, I'm lowering it down, but I'm also going to try and get as much space between each vertebra as possible as I take my spine down. Okay, it is possible. Okay, let's try and think about that for the next 4. Lengthening the space between the vertebrae as you peel your spine down. So you might find that your bum, your tailbone, touches down a little bit further down than it began. Hopefully. 2 more. Just make sure all 10 toes stay on the mat. When we're bridging, I always see funny little toes, especially the big toe likes to lift. And the last time we're going to come up. Inhale at the top. And then it's the segmental lowering and lengthening all the way down. Awesome. Once you're down, just hug your knees in towards your chest. You can take a little rock from side to side. Notice that the hugging of the knees in towards the chest allows the lower back to lengthen. Okay, keep rocking from side to side. Hug the knees in a little bit closer. See if you can get the lower back a little bit longer, a little bit more space between the vertebrae there. Good, and then take your feet back down to the floor, parallel hip width distance. All right, last set of bridging. We're going to reach the arms back. We're going to interlace our thumbs. And here you want to think about your fingertips stretching towards the wall behind you. So my fingertips are stretching north. Yes, exactly. Deepen those armpits. Armpits are going to be really long. Inhale at the bottom, and as you exhale, you're going to tuck, round into the lower back again. Bring yourself back up into your bridge again. Hold yourself at the top here for a moment. Just make sure that your knees aren't splaying apart, so you're keeping your thighs dead parallel, okay? Now stretch those fingertips even further back, kind of like you're diving into a swimming pool. Reach those arms back. Inhale here into that mid-back area. So inhale into the space between your shoulder blades. And as you exhale, you're going to lower your spine down, again thinking domino effect and again thinking length. So what's going to help you here with the length thing is reaching those arms back as you peel your spine down in the opposite direction. Good. Once your tailbone touches, inhale, arch into the lower back. Exhale, tuck. Pick the pelvis up. Once you're up at the top, stretch those fingertips back. Inhale into the space between your shoulder blades. It's usually quite an immobile area of the spine, and then lower that area down, sequentially relaxing your spine down. Start to find areas here that are a bit sticky, and those areas you want to slow down into. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, reach the fingertips north as you peel the spine down south. Getting longer and longer and longer every time. Yes, well done. Looks perfect. Last time, inhale. As you exhale, tuck, pick the pelvis up. This time we're going to hold it at the top. Okay, so try and hold your bum up there for me. And then if you can, float your fingertips up towards the sky, reaching those arms towards the ceiling. Even though the arms, or the hands at least, are reaching up, allow the shoulders to stay heavy back down into the floor behind you. Okay, so you're not tensing up the front of your neck. From here, I want you to relax your bum muscles and then squeeze your bum muscles. Relax your bum muscles, squeeze your bum muscles. Relax your bum muscles and squeeze. We're going to go for 10 more. As you do this, your spine isn't squeezing. Your back muscles are not clenching. Think about your tailbone staying really long, as if your tailbone was reaching towards the wall in front of you. Okay? Let's go for 6 more. Keep on squeezing and releasing. Keep the big toes pressing down into the floor. And 3. And 2. And 1. And then slowly lower your spine down. And again, hug your knees in towards your chest. Great job. Well done. Okay, so the glutes have been awakened. All right, hug the knees in a little closer, and then this time bring your bring your forehead towards your kneecaps. You're becoming a little ball, okay? Exactly. So feel your spine now as a wheel, as a ball, okay? We want to try and find this position in the next exercise that we do, at least something like this. We're going to roll ourselves up into seated and bring our feet flat, parallel on the mat, okay? I keep on wearing dark colors and I forget that my mat is actually really dark, but anyway. All right, so feet are going to be parallel hip width distance, lengthening up through the crown of our head. Find that length that you've just been working so hard for, but still soften the shoulders down. From here, we're going to reach the arms forward. Inhale again. And as you exhale, we're going to round into the lower back. We're going to tip off of the sitting bones onto our tailbone. And just find a little C curve. So the first iteration of the ball, that ball shape of the spine, or wheel shape. Once you get here, can you think about tipping your pubic bone back towards your face a little bit more? So literally tuck a little bit more through the tail. Draw your belly button in towards your spine. Soften the shoulders down a little bit more. Inhale again. And as you exhale, imagine someone was reaching for your fingertips and you were reaching for theirs, and that is going to bring you all the way back up. Lengthen up through the crown of the head. Inhale. Good. Exhale, tuck. Roll off of the sit bones onto the sacrum. Find the wheel. Let's get a little bit deeper this time. So you want to roll off of that tailbone and then bring yourself back up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tuck. Roll off the sit bones. Roll onto the sacrum. Play around with that depth, but remember pubic bone to navel. And then bring yourself back up. Last time before we add a little bit on. Tuck. Roll off the sit bones onto the sacrum. Good. Nice. And then bring yourself all the way back up. Good. Relax your hands down. Shake the shoulders. We're going to take it a little deeper now. So the next time you come down, I want you to see if you can get onto like the base of the shoulder blades. So you're going to get here and then come back up, keeping that hollow shape in the body. Okay? Yeah, awesome. All right, so lengthen up through the crown of the head. Inhale, and as you exhale, you want to think about keeping the length in your spine that you worked for with all that bridging. So as you roll off of the sit bones onto the sacrum, can you think about length, the space between the vertebrae increasing as you come back? Find that space just before you reach the tips of the shoulder blades, and then bring yourself back up. Good, very nice. Inhale. Exhale, tuck. Roll off the sit bones onto the sacrum. Good. Roll, 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 roll. Nice. Inhale at the bottom. Pull the rib cage down through the front of your body to bring yourself up. Nice. Now, you're totally rocking this. So let's take it that one step further. You're going to come all the way down until your head touches the mat, nice and slow, one vertebra at a time. And then inhale, reach your arms overhead. So you're reaching those arms back behind you again. Use that to get that nice stretch in your tummy. Inhale here, and as you exhale, reach your arms forward like you're reaching for your kneecaps. And bring yourself all the way back up into seated. Good. Good. Now for those of you at home who maybe struggle a little bit with that, getting down is usually not the problem, but getting back up is usually the problem. So if you're struggling to get yourself back up into seated, grab a hold of your legs and use them to help you up, just like a life hack there, okay? But if you don't need it, don't use it. Let's keep on going. Inhale. Exhale, tuck. Roll off of the sit bones onto the sacrum. Finding articulation here, domino effect to peel your spine down onto the mat like a slice of cheese. And then as you come up, you're peeling your spine off of the mat. No, you don't want that piece of cheese on your bread anymore. You're taking it off. Nice. Yeah, I told you, my cues are all food-based. And taking it all the way back down again. Inhale, reach it back. Pilates is my first love, and then food is my second. And bring it back up. Last time, the straight back and forth. Okay? Calm down. Remember the scoop. Yes, good. Very nice. But keep the shoulders as relaxed as you can. The Neck muscles are the innocent bystanders here. Reach the arms back, inhale, and exhale. Take it up. Amazing. Okay, so you totally rocked that. So we're going to take it one step further now and see if we can straighten out the legs. So by straightening out the legs makes life a little bit more difficult. So what you can do is separate the legs a little bit and turn them into like a V shape. And then you're going to try again. So legs out long, lengthening up through the spine. The first thing that I do here is I squeeze my bum almost like I've just realized I've sat on a bunch of thorns and I want to pull my bum away from this spiky thorns. And then I'm going to tuck, roll off the sit bones. So it's as if someone was poking a knife towards my tummy and I want to pull away from the knife. Good. And then I roll back. You'll feel your heels slide up the mat. Yes, slowly coming down. Inhale, reach the arms back. Use your exhale to get yourself back up there. So that exhale is going to power you. What you can do now is reach the spine forward, get that stretch in the back of the legs. And then from here, you must kind of push and reach those arms further forward as you come up into seated. And then again, you're sitting on thorns. Squeeze your bum, lengthen up to the crown of the head, tuck, roll off of those sit bones. Someone's pointing a knife at your belly button, pull away, relax the shoulders, good. Yes, good correction. And then come down. Lower back finds the mat. And inhale, reach those arms back. Exhale, nod the chin towards the chest. Use your exhale to come forward. Stretch, reach. Get that beautiful stretch. Keep reaching the arms forward as you come up. Lengthen up through the crown of the head. You got 2 more of these. Exhale. Sitting on thorns, squeeze your butt. Pull your belly in towards the spine. Roll it back. Find the wheel. Find that sequential articulation. 1 vertebra at a time on the way down. Inhale, reach the arms back. Exhale, use that exhale to power that forward flexion. Stretch between the thighs. Last time, keep reaching those arms forward as you come up into seated. Inhale. Last time you realize you're sitting on thorns, squeeze your bum, lengthen up through the crown of the head. Someone's reaching a knife towards your tummy. It's a very aggressive, thorny, knifey analogy, but anyway. Inhale, reach the arms back. Good, and exhale, roll it forward. And you're going to stretch those arms forward. Hold it there. Relaxing your chin down towards your chest. You're going to hold for 10 counts here, okay? Keep the energy through the feet. So you're flexing through the feet. Pull your toes back towards your kneecaps. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then walk your hands back, lengthen up to the crown of the head. Great job. Very, very nice. Okay, so I'm just going to turn to face you. You can turn to face me if you like, and we're going to come into a cross-legged seated position. Doesn't matter which leg is in front, okay? You're going to take your right hand and you're going to hold onto your left knee. Left hand is going to go back behind you. Both butt cheeks on the floor, lengthen up as tall as you can, and you're going to twist through your spine. Now when people twist, a lot of the time they lean to the side or they lean back. Do you want to imagine a plumb line going straight through the crown of your head and straight down to your tailbone? Remember, your spine, 1 vertebra stays stacked on top of each other. Rotate. Inhale, lengthen up to the crown of your head. Relax the shoulders if you can. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Squeezing the left shoulder blade down. And then slowly bring yourself back through center. Just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Yep. Just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And then you're going to take it to the other side. So left hand, right knee, right hand back behind you. Lengthen up through the crown of the head. Keep your belly button kind of pushing forward so you're not leaning back onto your tail. And rotate. Good. Keep your neck free. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of the head a little more. Exhale, rotate a little deeper. Let's go for 2 more breaths here. Inhale, lengthen if you can, keeping the chin tucked down, keeping the back of the neck long. Visualize the rotation all the way along the length of the spine. Good, and then bring yourself back through center. Shake, shake, shake. Good. Let's just swap which leg is on top. We're going to do the exact same thing, and we're going to take this rotation into a little bit of a deeper scenario. Okay, so right hand, left kneecap, lengthen up. Keep your collarbones broad and your neck free, and then rotate. Try and relax your inner thighs. Inhale, lengthen up to the crown of the head. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. One more breath in here. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Bring it back through center. Good. Good. Shake it out. Almost like you're wringing out a damp cloth. You're taking left hand to right knee. Right hand back behind you. Lengthen up. And we twist. Good. One more breath here. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist a little deeper. And then slowly bring it back. Very nice. Great job. Okay, let's come onto all fours. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Great job. From here, you're going to take the left arm, reach it up towards the sky. You're using the rotation that you literally just did in a seated position. Yeah, you're perfect. That's it. Good. Take a really big deep breath in here. See if you can get a little bit more rotation at the rib cage. Keep the left knee pressing down into the floor. Keep that left hip relaxed. Don't hike it up. Good. And then take your left hand down. Swap over to the right. So immediately twisting in the opposite direction. Good. Keep pressing down into the floor through that left arm. Reach up a little higher through the right. Keep your neck free. And take the right arm down. One more to the left. Yes. Beautiful. And take it down. One more to the right. It's got such a nice click in my spine. And slowly take it all the way down. Both hands on the mat. Now, from here, we're going to take our left foot out in front. Right knee is going to stay back down. Good. So you're finding a little half lunge or half kneeling position. Reach your arms forward. Okay. So from here, without letting your bum shift from side to side, you're going to reach your right arm past your left. So you're rotating. Good. Right arm. Right arm reaches forward. Right, yeah, there we go. And then left arm is going to reach back. Yes, perfect. Now imagine you were in a tug of war. So people were pulling your right arm further forward. People were pulling your left arm further back. You're not allowed to lean forward though. Keep your head on top of your pelvis. Yep. Lengthen up through the crown of the head. So press that right knee, that right shin down into the floor a little bit more. Good. And then bring it back. Let's swap which arm is in front. So left arm is going to reach forward. Right arm is going to reach back. Just make sure that your left hip doesn't migrate forward as well. You want to keep 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock through the hips. Tug of war again. Someone's pulling your right arm back. Left arm forward. Lengthen up. And then swap one more time. Right arm out in front. Left arm forward. Good. Lengthen up. This can be quite tiring for the arms, but it's a good thing. Good. Swap one more time. Left arm forward, right arm back. Perfect. And then let's take both hands to the ground. Swap which foot is in front. Okay, so right foot's going to come forward. Left knee is going to be on the ground. Well done. Okay, so once you're there, head stays on top of pelvis. So we're not going to be leaning forward. All right. Reach your arms forward. Very nice. Lengthen up to the crown of the head, keeping the rib cage closed. Left arm's going to go forward. Take the left shoulder blade along for the ride. Right arm's going to reach back. Nice. So you're rotating through the rib cage. Lengthen up through the crown of the head. 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock through the hips. Tug of war. Reach a little deeper. And then swap. Right arm's going to reach forward. Left arm's going to reach back. Good. Lengthen up through the crown of the head. Good. Keep closing the rib cage down. Nice. And one more time. Left arm forward, right arm back. Keep lengthening. And last time, right arm forward, left arm back. And then we're going to take both hands down to the ground. Take your right foot back, tuck your toes under, and we're going to actually come into a downward facing dog. So the first time you're in down dog, at least for me, I just love to pedal out the heels. So do whatever feels good here just for a couple of breaths, okay? If it's a pedal, if it's a wiggle, whatever, okay? Whatever you do though, as you start to get comfy in your down dog, is think about your spine again being really long. I mean, that's kind of what down dog is about. So how can you think about getting more length through your spine? Or maybe you can push the floor away a little bit more, deepen through the armpits, wrap the triceps towards the mat, and migrate that tailbone towards the sky. Think about your lower back being like a long highway. If you're pedaling through the feet, you're going to go for 2 more pedals. Last little pedal. Very nice. And then bring your feet to stillness, parallel. Bending softly through the knees. You're going to let both heels draw over to the right side of your mat. Feel the stretch along the left side of your body. Yes. So what I do here is I let my right knee bend quite a lot. Left knee is also bent, but right knee is really bent. Good. You should get a deep stretch over the side of your body. Bring your heels back to center, pivot over to the other side. So you're just swapping the stretch to the other side. And let's take it once more over to the right. Feel the stretch. One more breath. And then once more over to the left. Good. Bring your feet back to center, back to parallel downward facing dog. You're going to look forward, and I want to see if you can bring your right foot between your 2 hands. A big step forward through that right foot. Nice. Good. Perfect. Now, left hand is going to stay on the mat. Your pelvis is square with the mat, 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, okay? Don't let your pelvis twist here. See if you can rotate through your spine, reach that right arm up. Good. One more breath here. Take your right arm, keep the rotation, so you're still looking to the right, and see if you can reach that right arm forward to the top of your mat. It's almost like you're pointing to something in front of you, but you're still looking to the side. Let's just take 2 more breaths here. Keep pressing down into the floor through the heel of the left hand. Use that connection to the floor to rotate a little deeper. All right, now take your right hand down to the ground on the inside of your right foot. Yes, good. So now your right knee and your right shoulder are going to become best friends. Press them into one another. And see if you can take your left hand away from the mat. Good. Reach the left arm up. So I guess this is more yogic, but we're still articulating through the spine. Beautiful. Let's take 2 more breaths here. The same thing we did with our right arm that reached to the top of the mat. Let's see if we can do that here now. Exactly. Keep using your connection with that right hand into the floor to open your chest to the left. Yes. Perfect. And then take the left hand back to the mat. Right hand is going to go to the outside of your right foot, and you're going to slide your right foot back into a plank position. So what you should notice here is that one side of your body might feel a little bit more zingy than the other side. Okay, just take that awareness on board. We'll even it out in a second. 2 more breaths here in plank. And then we're going to take it straight back into downward facing dog. Again, you're welcome to pedal out through the heels, through the feet here if you like. Perfect. Now from this position, bring your feet to stillness if you were pedaling. Rotate both heels over to your right. Allow that right knee to bend a little deeper. The left edge, the left foot, the pinky toe edge of the left foot is in contact with the mat. Okay, so you want to press that down into the floor. Breathe into the left side of your body, opening up the space between each vertebra, between each domino as you breathe. And bring the heels back through center, over to the left. You almost want to think about your bum being heavy to the left. Last time to each side, both heels over to the right. Just 2 breaths here. And both heels migrate to the left. 2 breaths here. So even though these, I guess, are kind of easy enough positions, we're holding them for really long. And that's where our endurance just starts to kick in. And that's where the work is. Okay, let's bring the feet back through center, downward dog, normal down dog. You're going to look forward, and this time bring your left foot as far forward as you can. Big step forward. Nice. Well done. We're going to keep the back knee lifted. Good. All right. Now, right hand stays on the mat here. Left arm opens up. That rotation, I'm hoping, should feel quite smooth. Yes. Perfect. Now, we're going to reach that left arm forward. It's almost as if we're pointing to something really interesting, the top of our mat. Good. That's going to have the tendency to make us want to rotate the sternum or the breastbone towards the mat. Use your right hand to push into the floor to open your chest towards the sky. Good. Keeping 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock through the hips, though. Nice. 2 more breaths if you can. You're doing great. Good. And then left hand is going to come down on the inside of that left foot. Left knee, left shoulder become best friends. Now, some of you might find just lifting the hand off the mat a challenge. That's cool. That's what you can practice. But if you've got that, you reach your right arm up, keeping 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock to the hips. Got a tendency to hike the left hip up here. And then right arm is going to reach forward to the top of the mat. Use the left arm to push down into the floor to open up the chest a little more for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your right hand down. This is where we transition to plank. Okay, so try and keep those arms steady. Take the left foot back, holding plank for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, beautiful, 2, 1. Let your knees come down, round into your spine, and take a shell stretch or child's pose. Beautiful. So I'm hoping you're feeling quite a lot of awareness of the rib cage area at the back. Or maybe you're feeling awareness in a different part of your spine. This area for me that I'm describing is generally quite tight on my body, so maybe it's a little bit more profound for me. 2 more breaths here. And then we're going to come up onto all fours. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Okay, last little bit of work here in weight bearing. So coming back to the idea of articulation through the spine, we're going to come to our old friend cat-cow, but we're going to do it super slowly. From this position, we're going to round just into the lower back. Yes, good. And then come back into neutral. Good, just the lower back. Exactly. And back to neutral. Let's go for 5 more. So, interestingly enough, this is one of those movements, just allowing the lower back to round like this, is one of the movements that I see so often in people who have lower back pain. They struggle to do it. So just allowing the lower back to round. We tend to arch into the lower back so much that rounding just becomes so foreign. Last time, round into the lower back, keeping the shoulders over the wrists. And then back to neutral. Now from here, we're going to try and round into the mid back. Okay, so this area here, it's a bit of a strange one. So try and just locate that. Yep. And it can be very small. It's almost like this is where you'd want to start to think about the analogy of the front of your ribs pulling through your body as if your ribs were being attracted to the ceiling. Yes, exactly. Well done. And then let's take it to the upper back. Okay, so this is kind of easy. We will round into the upper back all day when we sit at a desk. So that should be pretty easy. But once you find your rounding into the upper back, can you find that rounding through the mid back? So pull the rib cage through the front of your body a little bit more. Pull your belly up towards your spine and see if you can round into the lower back here a little bit more. So almost think about your tailbone wrapping underneath you. Like a really, like a dog that's kind of rounding its tail between its legs. Think about that. Breathe into the spine, tuck the chin towards the chest, feel that length. And then slowly arch into the spine. Don't just let the lower back collapse. You want to think about stretching your breastbone forward, stretching your abdominals. Very nice. And then one more time. Round into the lower back, round into the mid back, round into the upper back, round into the head and neck. Keep the shoulders above the wrists here. We tend to draw back on ourselves. Don't let that happen, not at least for now. Press the ground away through the feet, through the shins. Pull the belly in towards the spine. Find your core here. Press into the floor through the feet. And then, almost as if someone was pulling your heart forward, find that little arch into the spine. Yes. Beautiful. Finding neutral from here. Last thing we're going to do just to loosen everything up is I want you to imagine you had a hula hoop around your waist and you were literally doing the hula hoop here on the mat. It's a bit of a strange analogy. Exactly. Exactly. So allow your pelvis to circle. Allow your shoulders to circle. Allow your shoulder blades to glide along the back of your rib cage. Going for 5 in this direction. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Reverse direction. Try and make it just as smooth in this direction for 5. 4. Let your head move. Remember, it's part of the spinal column. 3. 2. And 1. Very nice. Now from here, you tuck your toes under and you're going to walk your hands back towards your feet. Press yourself up into a forward fold. So we're ending up in a forward fold with your head relaxing down towards the floor. Shoulders relaxed, knees bent. Try and find that tripod that we spoke about in the feet earlier in the beginning of class. Good. As you forward fold here, can you tuck your chin down towards your chest a little more? Can you allow the effect of gravity and the weight of your skull to create more space between your vertebrae? Take one more breath in here. If you've ever seen
one of those stop motion animations or videos of a plant growing up towards the sun. That's what you're going to do now. So as you come up, you're lengthening the space between your vertebrae. As you roll and restack your spine, one vertebra on top of the other, you're lengthening up towards the sun. Reach your arms up towards the sky, interlace your thumbs, stretch, use that to create even more space, get your spine even longer. Allow your tailbone to drop down towards the floor, so don't let the lower back arch. Inhale one more time, get even taller, feel the tripod. And as you exhale, let the arms just fall. Okay, well done, guys. That is it for spinal articulation, at least the introduction to it, so great job.